Alright, hello and welcome back. This is Cody with Golfstar introductions. Going into our next video, we just went through the tutorial of the basics of the game, what everything meant, what it does and stuff like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and watch our video because we need that. Real quick, so today we're going to work on special growth mission. Our special growth mission, I believe, is career mode. Let's get through this video real quick. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, these videos are 30 seconds. Killing you, but of course we just got we got a perfect drink, so that's always helpful. All right, so special growth mission are for a campaign mode. I'm sorry. So we have to play 3 campaign modes, so that's what we're going to start with today. So we're going to go to select game mode, campaign mode, and it says welcome to the campaign mode, and here you can play the various courses of Golfstar in order. Select the course you would like to play from the list, from the course list at the right. Only Coyote GC is available at the moment. We shall start playing now. Alright, so what it's saying is basically Coyote GC is the only one that's available. Once you beat Coyote GC, then you can move to Interlake and CC and so on and so forth. I don't even know if it's going to let us play because we don't have clubs. So let's see what happens. Looks like it's going to give us some basic clubs to start with, and you can see our distance right now is 185.9 yards. We have no skills. We can't do anything. Our 1 wood is going to be the farthest we can go. You can zoom in and zoom out by pressing or using your fingers to go in and out on your board. There is no wind, so that's something beneficial that we don't have to worry about. This is basically going to be a straight shot. We're just going to hit it and let it land. So obviously you hit the ball at the bottom right, try to hit max, and then try to get it in the white spot for a perfect shot. You can also hit the ×1, ×2, speeds the game up a little bit, so I moved it to ×2 so it's a pretty comfortable level to work with. Alright, as you can see here, guys, the green is sloping to the left. Alright, you got your red, then your orange, your yellow, then your green, and then blue is the furthest down downhill. And you have the same thing going on the other side. It slopes down to the right, but the pin in this case is over here on the left. So we don't have any flop shots or chip shots or anything like that, so we're really basically playing this naked. It says L2, so we want to move a little bit to the right. If it says L means move to the right, you always want to move opposite. So 200 yards, we can only shoot 178. This is where it's projecting us to go with our 3 wood. Can't go any higher because we don't have a higher club. So we're going to go ahead and shoot this out and see what happens. And we missed the perfect shot, which is fine. We just needed to put it somewhere. Alright, so now it puts us 31.9 yards. We normally would use a chip shot here, but without having the chip shot, there's nothing we can do there. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. We got, we're using our sandwich, so we're gonna drop it down about 4 yards. Let's say 3 yards. Drop it down about 3 yards, and it's 0 degree. It is rolling a little bit to the left, so we're going to move it just a little bit to the right. And there's a uphill. It's going uphill, so we want to move it up just a little bit to support that roll uphill. And this should put us pretty close to the pin. So we want to hit 1.3 over. We want to hit just a little over the line. And I missed the perfect, but we got 0.7, which is pretty close.
For par.
Obviously not bad for our very first hack at this. All right, the R1, this is very close. There's no, rhyme or reason to this one. It's pretty much, it's sloping a little bit to the right. R1, so you want to move it just a little bit to the left. We're going to hit it just a little bit over, and we'll be fine. Getting a par for our first one. Now our goal for this Kyoto, I didn't even read what that said, but it'll tell us here in a second. I think it's just finished 3 holes. So yes, finished 3 holes. So we've already just finished the first hole. So now we're going to move on to the second hole. It's a pitching wedge we're going to use. We're going to drop down 2 for the pitching wedge. So that'll be 87.7. There is no wind, 0.3 up, really nothing here. As you can see, the green does roll just a little bit to, or move a little bit to the left, so let's go ahead and move it just a little bit. And it's going to be pretty much right on the line. Looks good, and we got a perfect shot.
Perfect shot.
And it almost put us in the hole.
For birdie.
So we go for our second shot now. You see that it says R2. All right, R2. Technically, a way of putting is you can count that the dots rolling to the left there. So we count them. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. So we're going to start out at 0, 1, 2, each sector, 3, 4, and we can't see the 5, but it's about right there is what it looks like, and it's 0 degrees up and down. So if we hit this right on the line, it should go right in. But it didn't. All right, so I guess we should have pushed a little bit harder. Hole 2 is complete. That is part of the mission, though, so simple as that. Only got a par. Excuse me, could have been our first birdie. It's quite all right. Next hole, obviously we can't reach the green, so we're just going to go ahead and shoot it out. Just missed the tree, thankfully. So we get up to 204. We're still 201 yards away from the pin, so we without a tee, we're going to end up lining short of the green again, just like the first hole. So let's go ahead and shoot this out.
Perfect shot.
And we are short. All right, so let's see what kind of approach we can get here. We're 17.2. Normally this would be a chip shot, but we don't have the chip shot available. As I said earlier, we're on the sandwich, so we're going to drop it down 3. So 17, 16, 15, 14, 2. And then it is L3. So we're going to move over just a little bit to the left, or to the right. And it's going uphill. And it's 2.3 up, so we're gonna hit just over the line here. About right there sounds good. And this should get us pretty close to the
Perfect shot.
to the pin.
Perfect approach.
And that is a tap in, and the first part of the special growth is started. The campaign mode, first part of the campaign mode is completed. We ended up parring out, which is fine. We're a very new player, so that's going to happen. After every game, there's going to spin the wheel. It's going to cost you amount of hearts depending on how many games you're playing or how many holes you're playing in that game. So you want to spin them, and this is where you're going to get your GP and your experience. So we got our experience. We leveled up to level 2. Gave us 15 hearts and 1 gold. And we're not a VIP level, so it's not going to give us an option for a second spin. So we're going to go ahead and just hit next and exit out of there. It says we did achieve the goal of finishing 3 holes, so we received 30 putting guides, which is great. Our next mission is going to be using 2 of those putting guides. So we'll do that when we get onto the green, of course. This is going to take us to hole 4 of the 1T. It's a par 5. Obviously, we know we're not going to make it. Best thing to do is kind of just put it somewhere where it's going to be safe with our distance.
Perfect shot.
We're not going to be able to clear the trees or anything like that. So from here to be safe, instead of trying to shoot it through the trees, you have an option. I think you have an option. Nope, you don't have the option. So what you want to do is you want to kind of put it over here, giving yourself hopefully enough room past that tree ahead of us to shoot for the green on the next shot. It looks like we might be all right. We're going to move it to the right. It is going downhill. If you notice, it's red, then yellow, then green. So it is going to give us some extra roll, which is always good. We're going to move it over to the right just a little bit. It is a 3-wood, so that is going to give us loft, which means it's going to pretty much nail that tree. So we're not in a good spot. So obviously, to avoid that, we're going to have to move over to the right. It doesn't say we have to get a birdie or an eagle. It just says we have to use 2 putting guides. So simple enough. We're going to just try to get ourselves up to the green. This is a sand wedge. We're going to drop down 3, 45, 44, 43, 42, 3. It goes up just a little bit. It's totally green, it looks like, so it's just kind of, there's not going to be much roll to the right or left. It is L5, so we're going to kind of adjust that and move it over to the right. 2.5 spots-ish. 2.6 is going to be a little bit past the line. So about there, 60% should be decent.
Perfect shot.
And it is. 0.5. A great approach. Unfortunately, we just didn't have the distance to be able to make it onto the green. Straight in putt. Simple does it. We didn't use a putting guide, so we need to make sure we use those. A little hard when you get that close, but I guess you could still use a putting guide regardless of how close you are. I'm gonna have to limit my videos to one task per video because this is already at getting at 15 minutes. All right, guys. So this one here, we're gonna try to make an approach from 139 yards, or 40 yards, basically. We're using a 6-iron, so we're gonna drop it down about 5 yards. It is going over that bunker though, so we want to be careful about that. It is RL1, so we're gonna move it over. And then we're going to move it up just a little bit for the 3.9. And of course, we also want to hit it just a little bit over the line. See what this gives us. If it puts us in the bunker, it gets us on the green. It looks like it got us on the green. And 0.2. Another tap in. You guys were close. For a beginner character, not doing too bad. All right, so now we're on our 3rd hole. We definitely need to make sure we get some putting guides in there. So guys, we're going to throw this off because I'm just hitting them way too close. So we're going to bring it out to about here and just shoot it out. All right, perfect. So we're
Nice
8.7. Now the way the putting guide works, guys,
Birdie
is you
check.
basically want to try to aim your shots. Okay. So here we got. If you start at the front, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Coming back. All right, so we're going to basically say 5. So you start this grid as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, then it does say it's L1, so we want to move it over just a little bit for the L1. It says it's 0.3, so we're going to basically want to hit it right below the flag, right below the line. But we're going to say that this is pretty much where we want to aim. So we're going to use one of those putting guides because we have to. And as you can see, that aim was perfect, guys. It lined straight in there. If you need another, if you want to hear that again real quick, guys, this first line up here at the very next to the hole, count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's saying basically it's 5 sectors. So you're going to start over here at 0, because this is the 0 sector, and go section 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is that corner. But then on the bottom right it does say L1, so we want to move it over just a little bit for the L1, making it an R1. Okay. Now we know that that's where we need to putt, and that's a perfect putt. We've lined that up great. I need to hit it elsewhere though, because we still need to use one more putting guide. So this is going to be a 1.9 putt.
For par.
Nowhere near as hard. Basically you don't, I mean, you can count it if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it says about 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there is no 7, so it's basically going to be out a little bit more like that. It is R1, so we're going to move it back a little bit to the left. And that should be right where we need to put it. So we're going to go ahead and use that other putting guide because that's what we needed. And looks like we just missed it. So to re-aim this, guys, simply just put the line straight down the middle of the hole. And you see there's like a really small gap between the blue line, the putting guide, and your line. You want to move that little gap just between your aim spot and your other spot. So we're going to do that. We're going to hit right on the blue line, and that's going to go in. We used both putting guides, which is what we needed to do to complete that part of the campaign mode. And that's 2 of the 3 campaign modes completed. So that's good. We're going to get another award for that. We got a new record, -1. Look at us go. All right, we leveled up to level 3. Got some more GP going on here and stuff. We got 30 impact drinks. Looks like our next one is probably going to have something to do with impacts. It does. It says to take 3 impact drinks. And we're going to get some clubs to go with that if we do 3 impact drinks. But guys, what I'm going to do real quick is our mission. We played 1 hole, so we get to collect that. That's going to give us some hearts and some more GP. In our mailbox, we have hearts galore and stars. So let's collect those real quick. And I'm going to watch the next video, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video while I watch that video because you don't want to watch the next video. So I'll end this video, we'll start the next one, and the next one will be finishing off Special Growth Career, playing the 3rd campaign mode so we can get our 5,030 perfect drinks. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all that other YouTube good stuff that we all like to hear. And we'll see you on the flip side.